Welcome back to Hangar Garage, and in the last video you saw me try and drive this thing down the road. Now that it's lifted, it goes down the road without rubbing too much, but the ABS is not happy, or the traction control or whatever system on this thing does not like having tracks. But after watching a YouTube video, I have figured out how to turn off traction control, and that means it does drive. I've gotten this thing up to a whopping 29 miles an hour, and that feels like a million miles an hour. But before I go too far with this, I'm going to pull everything apart and torque check all the spacers and the tracks and everything to make sure that nothing's going to come off and catapult me into a ditch. Back on the ground, everything is tightened, everything is torque checked, so now it's time to go get some gas. And to do that, I gotta go drive it into town. Hitting the road, it is very, very loud. I'm probably doing about 20 miles an hour. All the arrow lights are on. Before I got onto the actual main road, I checked all the bearings and everything and make sure nothing's getting hot. Main road coming up. I'm driving it in manual mode because it really likes to shift early, and these tracks add quite a lot of drag. But here he goes. About 30 miles an hour now, and it's so loud. Not really a fan of tracking straight. This is very weird. See how it handles a railroad track. Oh, that was smooth. Well, not really. So far, so good. I'm going around the roundabout in town. People seem to be staring at me for some reason. Got my tinted windows rolled up for anonymity. Don't want anyone looking at me. Don't want to bring any attention to myself. This guy in front with the trailer keeps beckoning me to go around him. Like, what about this vehicle makes you think that I have any turning capability at all? I will wait. Got gas at Costco. Now I'm gonna get a Frosty at Wendy's. These are the essentials that people get when they go to town, right? This turn might prove to be tricky. Prepare for a lot of rubbing. Oh, I think we might actually make it. Made it out of town just fine. I'm taking the rough road home. As crazy as it sounds, I know, the rope and rubber lift kit does not actually ride very smoothly, and also no tires to absorb the bumps. This thing rides terribly. Rubbing pretty good. Made it. Alright, this should be about 30 miles an hour, and it gets pretty loud. So, the first excursion out into the real world actually went pretty well with this thing. I've checked all the bearings and the tracks to make sure that nothing's getting too hot, and they all seem to be in good shape. On the town, round 2. It is much later, it is much wetter, and it is still just as loud. All right, Kyle, what do you think of it?
That is crazy.
Alex, what do you think of it?
Looks.
Yep. What do you think of it?
It's pretty sick. Dual burnout.
What do you think of that? Custom?
How long did that take you?
Well, like 20 minutes.
Are there zip ties holding it together?
Yes, there are.
Wild.
There we have it, another successful trip to town, except for the part that wasn't very successful. And that is the left front track. So this is what those should look like. That's what they shouldn't look like. And all of this rubber everywhere, that shouldn't be there. And as you can see, the teeth on the belt have worn through that wheel thing, and they're wearing into that one and into that one. So the track kind of came off of its track, I guess, and it's wearing into that wheel. So I need to replace that wheel and probably those wheels, and hopefully there's no other issues. Conveniently enough, I found in my box of spare parts, I have some of the extra plastic wheels, so I just need to order one of those. And on that very small and predictable bombshell, it is time to end. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.